What's going on, guys? It is Steve coming to you today with another video. A little bit of a more serious topic, I guess. Something a little bit more serious to discuss, I think, here. If you're not familiar, last night, so today is Friday. The time of recording this video is Friday afternoon. So we're talking about last night, Thursday night. There was a weird incident at the Magic Kingdom. And if you're not familiar, basically it sounds like, it looked like it was, at first there were some alarm bells at the Magic Kingdom around closing time where folks thought that possibly there was an active shooter on the loose at Magic Kingdom, and it caused a stampede. And it was interesting, like everyone at the beginning was trying to like gather like what exactly had happened and so forth. Like, what a weird night to not have theme park live streamers. You know, like normally like there's always someone live streaming from the Magic Kingdom. And I couldn't find anyone last night that was live streaming from the Magic Kingdom. But like that's the first thing I did is like I was looking for someone who might be live at Magic Kingdom at that moment that could kind of like update folks on what exactly was happening. But it was kind of scary. I wasn't at Magic Kingdom last night, but I was at Epcot last night. So when I got home and I opened up Twitter and I saw my news feed or whatever, saw my feed, and I started seeing all these like crazy things going on in Magic Kingdom. I was like, wow, that's alarming. But the good thing is, and I'll just jump right to it, is it looks like it was a false alarm. It was a false alarm. Not a false alarm that something violent didn't happen at Magic Kingdom. Apparently a fight broke out. I don't know much about that. It's kind of not being released yet. Maybe as the Orange County Sheriff's Department starts to release their go over their evidence or the case or something, or they go public a little bit more with it. We'll find out exactly what happened. But apparently a fight broke out somewhere near the monorail, I guess. And either someone started yelling, like, there's a gun, or it sounds like some balloons popped is what it looks like. It's like some balloons popped, and maybe the sound of balloons popping, people fighting, someone yells, there's a gun, and you can imagine what can ensue after that. Stampede. And, if you've been to the Magic Kingdom, odds are if you're watching this video, you have, and you know what Magic Kingdom looks like in and around fireworks time, happily ever after, or whatever. It is a crowded, crazy place. Like it is a prime place for a stampede. I don't know about you guys. I love Happily Ever After. I talk about the time. I love Magic Kingdom's nighttime shows. I love being there at night. Most beautiful theme park probably in the world at night, the way it's lit up and everything. But that being said, it is extraordinarily crowded in and around Main Street. Like all it takes is that one shark, someone yells shark or something. And I've always had in the back of my mind, like, where would I run if all of a sudden something like that happened? Because you're packed on Main Street so tight, or you're in the hub so tight, really wherever you're watching the fireworks from. But really, here, you know what? Let me do this. Let's do this. Okay, well, actually, before we do that, I actually have Twitter open right now. So this was the video I saw when I came home. When I came home last night on Twitter, I was like, oh my God, what is this? This is the Emporium. Look at the Emporium. Like everything is knocked over. Chairs are knocked over. I just saw a chair knocked over, abandoned stroller. Those look like some tumblers, and wow, like it's pretty scary. And then if you notice, the people are gone, because what had ever happened, it sounds like I see someone sitting on the floor, two people down on the floor, someone's kneeling. Like it's pretty creepy. This is the main, if you're not familiar, Emporium is the main gift shop along one side of Main Street, USA, in the Magic Kingdom. So obviously it looks like people took off in a tear out of there. It's totally creepy. From what I was reading online or on Twitter last night, it sounds like some cast members even, they were pulling guests into some stores, or I'm not exactly sure what, and locking the doors, out of safety. Some people were even brought backstage. Backstage is, employee only area. It's the term that, Disney folks use for the area that's off limit to normal guests. So they were brought backstage out of fear of what was going on. Like, it sounds like it was just a really, really, really crazy moment, and a lot of people were, and I imagine in these situations, confused. You don't know what's happening, and you just start making quick decisions like run, jump backstage, pull a door shut, whatever you gotta do, grab some guests. So kudos to the cast members if that's what they really were doing, is grabbing guests and bringing them backstage out of fear that there could really be an active shooting going on or something inside the Magic Kingdom. Now, we know Magic Kingdom and Disney has amazing security. I mean, when you enter the parks, you're going through the body scanners. You trigger just a little thing, a key fob triggers something in the body scanner, and then your bag is physically searched, your strollers are searched, your bags are searched, umbrellas. I mean, it's basically foolproof. I mean, it's about the safest place I think you're going to go anywhere, and not have to deal with the threat of like someone, a bad person's got a firearm or something like that, or a weapon or something. So, and they do catch them from time to time. You'll see the stories or whatever that like somebody, they just mistakenly left a gun in their purse and tried to enter the Magic Kingdom or a theme park, or was it intentional? Sometimes it's, they even get caught intentionally trying to bring firearms or weapons into these parks or whatever. But generally, as far as I know, like it doesn't happen. They don't get through the security, or if it's happened, it must be like super, super rare or something. But being that it's never happened, as far as we know, it doesn't mean that it can't happen. I mean, systems fail, things make, errors happen. Someone just, the system didn't detect a firearm on a person. And if you ask me, in theory, someone could get a weapon. And you think about like the millions of people that visit these parks every year, all it takes is one person to slip through with a firearm or a knife or something. So could it happen? Sure. Has someone realistically, in the grand scheme of odds, entered a Disney park with a weapon that went undetected? Probably. If I had to bet, if I had to put the $1 million down and bet on yes or no, I would go with yes. Odds are, over the years, one person has gotten a firearm or some type of weapon they're not supposed to have in a theme park in there somehow. But anyway, you can imagine like what ensued, like people were running or whatever. And, there was, I don't know, we can scroll and find some more. This is the same video. Of course, like everyone was scrambling, local media, Disney media, everyone trying to figure out what was going on. Immediately, Orange County Sheriff's Department put out the thing. It says there is no active shooter at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. A fight occurred and a popping, which is in quotes, sound was heard that we believe was a balloon. Guests began running, and that's how the active shooter rumor started. There is no active shooters. They wanted to make sure they got that out there. But you can see, like, look at this police presence, huge presence. That's that looks like that's over by the buses, underneath the monorail. Like, by the way, they closed, from what I understand, they shut down the monorail system. Only thing that was open was the ferries. I'm assuming the buses weren't running either, but the ferries were running out of Magic Kingdom. So all in all, like a crazy, unique incident at Magic Kingdom that I hope never, ever happens again. But it does bring like a good point, though. Okay, let me do this. I feel like I'm using Google Earth a lot lately, but here we go. So Google Earth, there we go. We got like an overview, the hub, castle, walking down Main Street. So when you're there at the fireworks, you would know this already. So everyone is lined up inside the hub and all of these areas to view Happily Ever After. And then everybody's packed going all the way up Main Street. They try to keep some walking corridors open in and around through here and so forth. You have young cast members with the batons, light up batons or whatever. And the crowds basically come all the way up Main Street, standing around here. This is obviously taken during Christmas time. There's no Christmas tree right now in Magic Kingdom. There's Halloween decor at Magic Kingdom. Soon, though, coming. But, and folks are even watching from the railroad station. But you are packed in here, especially on a busy night, shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. I mean, it's super, super tight. And really, if you think about it, all it does take is one person starting the shooter, someone's got a gun, shark in the water. And you just don't know how people are going to react. And usually, like when me and Susanna, we have our little child, when we're watching the fireworks, I usually try to stand off to the side somewhere. Just being totally honest. Like, yeah, I kind of stand off to the side somewhere because I've always had in my mind, like, if something were to happen, I'm not saying like just someone causing that type of panic. I'm not saying it could I'm not saying if something actually happened. I'm talking about the panic thing. It's hard enough, yes, to get a firearm into a Disney park, of course, but it's not that hard for someone's big mouth to come into a Disney park and yell something that can really get the crowd going and cause that panic. And once that panic starts, that surge of fear starts and everybody starts running. And it looks like kind of that's what happened. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't look like it happened all that bad. Yes, you see some stuff that got knocked over, but I haven't heard of any injuries, thank God. No broken ankles. Nobody got trampled from what I know. Maybe we'll find that out in the days to come or whatever, but it doesn't look like anyone was physically hurt, thank God, because you know what can happen in stampedes. I mean, just being honest, like people die. They get seriously critically injured in a stampede. You can't breathe. You get crushed. God forbid there's children, you got people in the electric scooters, that type of thing could be really, really bad. I tried to think of like one of the worst places to have a stampede. Anywhere I think is bad for a stampede, but definitely the thing like the Disney Park Magic Kingdom. Just because if you think about the demographics, you've got little tiny children and toddlers to the elderly and everything in between. It could be really bad. But so when I watch the fireworks, I usually kind of stay off to the side, or as soon as I know like the show is over, I cut to the side. Like if I'm on Main Street, as soon as I know it's over, I enter the Emporium, or I go straight to the confectionery or something, move out of the way, because generally, like as soon as the fireworks are over, a massive wall of people start exiting the park, and you know what it's like if you're trying to go against them, like you're trying to go back down Main Street. It's not easy. It's very, very difficult, and it's stressful. And like this was something that I think was bound to happen eventually, just because of the nature of the setup. Generally this backstage area that they did years ago does help try to break up that crowd a little bit, but still everyone is here to view fireworks. I mean, you do have viewing along the backside here too. It's not that great of a view, but you do have people kind of standing around on the backside of these buildings. But the majority of people I guess you can kind of see it here. Like in here, you have people standing here to watch the fireworks over the castle. But the majority of people are going to be down here on Main Street. So either way, scary little thing last night. Thank God it turned out to be a big nothing burger. But it does just kind of help you to remember that even though you're at Disney and you're inside the bubble and the magic and everything, you always got to be aware of your surroundings. Always just in the back of your mind have like an idea, like if this crowd were to start moving in one direction, maybe which way would I go? Like, it's kind of like being in a concert, like old school concert. Like you're in the big crowd, all of a sudden, like if the crowd starts pushing one way, like do you kind of have an idea which way you would go? You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things. So kind of a scary thing, but luckily it doesn't appear anybody got hurt or anything. So okay. So one thing I will mention before we wrap the video too is the folks that seem to work crowd control. Like I don't know. Like, is it Disney's fault? Like, is it a crowd control issue? Probably not. But is there enough people that are doing crowd control? I guess. I don't even know, because I'm not a crowd control expert or anything. I'm just a guy talking into a microphone, giving my opinions on something. But I don't even know how you would prevent this. I don't think you can. It's part of the deal. Like, hey, you want to have like an awesome nighttime fireworks show that everyone in the park is going to have to move into a certain area to be able to view it and enjoy it. Then you're always going to, there's always that slight chance, that super, super, super micro-sized slight chance that something like this can happen. There's just nothing you can do about it. It's just one of those things. So, I mean, for myself and my family, I'll just always in the back of my mind continue to always wonder, or not wonder, but have an idea like, okay, we're watching the fireworks. If we had to move out of the way of a crowd, which way would we go? Maybe always just have that in the back of your mind. If it bugs you or something, think about which way you would go. Like, is there like a store you could dart into real fast and be out of the way of the herd of people trying to run? But scary moment. Luckily, it turned out to be nothing, and hopefully nobody got injured. It doesn't look like it, at least at this point. So anyway, that's a wrap on the video. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? Is there anything that Disney could do to prevent this in the future? In my personal opinion, I don't think so. I just being honest, it's just one of those things. It's one of those risks. Just like every time you get behind the wheel of your car, no matter how many safety features are in that vehicle, airbags, driver assist, heck, now you got full self-driving cars, whatever. There, cameras, backup cameras, this, that, that's what I'm talking about. Turn signal cameras. Like, there's still always a risk that something can go wrong. And I think it's just the same thing. Like, it's a teeny little chance of something going wrong. But either way. Anyway, let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Is there anything else that Disney could do to help with the crowd control? God forbid something that's going to happen again. Or you just let it ride and hope that it doesn't happen again for another 30, 40, 50 years. Okay. Take care, guys. Have a... I know what I'll ask. I got another one before I wrap this up. I always drag these on to the end. Let me know down in the comments. Have you ever been pushed around at the end of Happily Ever After, the fireworks show, like trying to leave? Have you ever gotten knocked into, maybe, God forbid, if you ever gotten your foot run over by an EV or ECV, I'm sorry, not a car. I hope that doesn't happen. The ECV, the little scooters, or stroller or someone knocked into you, bumped into you, pushed you out of the way? I'm just curious. Like, has it happened? I don't know. It's never happened to me. I don't think I've ever been pushed like that. But anyway, let me know down in the comments, guys. Anyway, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you sub to the channel. Notifications are on. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.